You don't hear anything. This piece of shit. Yeah, I use Chrome and this is what happens. Okay, we'll go a different way. All hell's gonna break loose if I just spilled my pot, though. Okay, hold please. Malfunction as per fucking usual. You can see what kind of day I've had already. Where'd it go? Where is that? There it is. We got a few songs coming because, as you can tell, I ain't ready.
will speak in their minds. I'm getting so much resistance from behind. Stop! Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field they thought of you. Thousand people in the street, singing songs and they carry inside just to say hooray for our side. It's time to stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Paranoia strikes deep into your life, it will creep. Starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man comes and take you away. Stop! What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop! What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop! What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop! What's that sound? Everybody look.
Almost there. Maybe one more song, guys. I'm trying to hurry. Is Yank in here? You're leaving, David? Fine. I think we are on the eve of destruction. Jesus, that light's too much. Okay. Hold, please. Told you guys. Haggard. Okay, maybe you can stand looking at me for a couple hours now. Okay, Sherry. Thank you, Joe. Okay, let's try not to get too close to Julie's face because I'm telling you, it's been a rough one. I'll explain it all in just a minute. Oh my God. A fucking soul to love. Let's just put it that way. Thank you, Flatty. I'm not feeling too gorgeous at the moment, but that's okay. Thank you. At least I know y'all love me. So, howdy, everybody. I'm here. I'm so sorry about last week. We made it through it. I know it's been a bit hectic, but I mean, it's not like I'm your total life, but I totally get that. I kind of take up your Tuesday evenings and I've just fucked that all up. And I'm very sorry. And let me just say, it's been a roller coaster. A hair-raising roller coaster. So, first let me say my hays to everybody so we can get that out of the way. I've already lost people. They've came and went, and I don't know how to hold on to them. Probably being here would be a good start, but Flatty, she wins the movie prize. Howdy, darling. Actually, she should probably win 3, being she was there for 3. Nobody answered in those 3 minutes but her. Arby came in and saved the day 3 minutes later, though. Howdy, Arby. How are ya? And Kaylin. And Kai. How are you, darling? Over on the other side of the pond? Yes, this is Kaylin with Gigi tonight, live. We'll see if you're still saying hallelujah after the live. But, I mean, just because I'm kind of a whiner today. But I will try not to be. Miska, how are ya? Every time I say it, I think of Miska Mushka from Mickey Mouse Club. Who else we got? Mountain Goddess. Howdy. And Joe, I thought I seen you when I was trying to rake the straightener through my hair. Kai, you've been working all week and you're tired. Roll on, payday, no doubt. Tennille, Suzanne, hello. How are you? Yes, LC, he the man. He keeps us all going. Push, push, push. And Alexis, you're grounded. I heard you're grounded. You're not even supposed to be on YouTube. But I'm glad you took the chance and came and said, hey. You better be good. You've been getting your mother's fool in trouble. And I will drop the link soon if anybody wants to come in and say hey. Of course, we will be talking about the good old war going on. Shit, who did I just miss as I flew through there? Amanda, how are you, darling? Are you enjoying the whole Florida thing? Are you ready to go home? I swear I still have dirt on my face. I'll explain in a minute, but Mountain Goddess. Oh no, I already said hi, Mountain Goddess. Who was the other one? Sugar Britches, how are ya? Discord has been off for a couple days. I just I needed to get away. Not from everything, but when things start to irritate me, the last thing I want to do is piss off the people that love me. So, even though I know y'all would be there no matter what, when I'm in those funky moods, it's better that I just go do my thing. Joe, thank you, ma'am. You've been busy, huh? I got to talk to Susie the other day. She was very excited. I don't know if you know it, Joe, but I got an RV, which we will go into. I'm trying to keep a smile on my face because I'm a little frustrated, but it's okay. I know this happens when you have shit like this. So, Sherry, you's at a concert. Enjoy, baby. Enjoy and always be looking for an escape route. Just because. Yankee, I wondered if you were here. Am I somehow behind the time or did it start late? No, it didn't start late. Yeah, you're behind the time. You posted that at 5:23. Thank you, Amanda. And thank you, Kaylin. Yes, I'm very excited about the motorhome. You have no idea. It's a dream. However, you know how when you have this dream and then you look up and in your dream, like a leak starts? We'll talk about it. And try not to get too discouraged. Howdy, Yank. How are ya? And Anne, darling, how are you? You know, my heart is with you. And I will leave it at that unless you want to say more. So, I'm here. Who else? And I'm so glad you're here. Gutter's dirty. Well, dude, I'll explain. Okay. So I think we've gotten through everybody that has actually commented. But I know I haven't said hey to 21 people. So, and there's 21 people here. So whoever's lurking, hey! Glad you're lurking. If you're lurking, I hope you're at least touching yourself while you're lurking. Please. Yes, Anne. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I hate that. But I have so been where you've been, and it is never easy. And my heart is so with you. Thank you, Joe. God, that's really hard to say to you. It just seems weird saying it. But I'll get used to it on here. Hey, Daddy Yank. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about my RV. I know we have talked about it and when I got it, but no, I'm not driving an A. I'm driving a C. But it's a C plus. It's a diesel, so it's a fucking beast. Oh my God. When it starts, I might come a little. Just saying. Dude, it's just the coolest. Okay, so we got it here. And I don't even know if the last live I was able to tell you about how that all went down. Homeowners Association kind of being a pain in the ass. That's where we're going to store it at. We were going to store it at my son's. That kind of fell through a little. Ended up we did. But we want to put it at the HOA. And it's fenced and locked and all that shit. And it has electricity. We hook it up to that. And it's fucking $100 a month and all that good shit. So, but it's taken this long to finally get a hold of them. They finally emailed us last night at 9:30 and said, oh yeah, here, you just got to fill out this application and send us the money. And then there's another lady, she'll get you in there and get you going on it. Oh, okay. Well, the other lady is actually in the homeowners association. She only lives down the street. And I already talked with her little butt buddy. So it should have been dealt with then. But instead, they dicked a dog for 2 weeks. So I told them I'll probably be going to the next homeowners association meeting. Yeah, they're going to hate that. But you know what? They can fuck off. Because I've been in this fucking association for 30 years. It's the first time I've asked those dirty, rotten cocksuckers for something. And motherfucker, they're going to give it to me. So. I've seen that, Joe. Yes, you know, Gigi. So. Finally, we're going to get it moved. But in the process, it's at my son's and we've been cleaning it out and we keep moving it over in front of his shop and plugging it in and Marvin, he ground off a bunch of the rust on the bottom and it was just little surface rust, but we wanted to deal with it right away. And he put stuff on it and to protect it and all that good shit. Then I got on the inside and I decided I got this fucking stupid, clever idea that I would shampoo the carpets a little bit. Well, the fucking shampooer worked really well. And I could see like stuff coming up, even though the people that sold it to us, it shampooed the carpets. They used a fucking big one that you can't get into good spots. And so, howdy, Damon. So, it was kind of, anyways. It was wet, so then it started raining the next day. And which would be today. It actually rained yesterday, but didn't seem to show a leak. Today, it downpoured. And there's 2 leaks. I'm trying to say this without bawling, so bear with me. There's 2 leaks in the roof. One is just before the slide out. So it's not the slide out that's causing it. It's the awning that goes over the slide out. So Sean and I got up there and sealed it. Then the other one, and then the other one is over the skylight in the bathroom, over the shower. So Sean sealed that too, but we don't know if it's going to work because, of course, we had to put the tarp on it. So, yeah, I am flipping out. I'm like, here's the deal. It's my own fault. I should have went on that roof. Okay, just a minute. I'm going to do this without falling. And after we get done talking about this, then we're not going to talk about it no more because I'm Guy Wilball. And then I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get my coffee and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pour about half that cup with amaretto or whatever the fuck that alcohol is down there, and I'm going to drink it. So, around the skylight, it's pretty significant leak. It has been sealed before, which tells me he probably knew that it had leaked, which tells me that this is the first time I've caught him in any lie at all since we bought this from him. And we spent hours with these people. 2 days of hours and hours. On the roof, I wished I would have went up there, and I didn't. Because here's what I would have done. Oh, blister bill. Jesus, don't even say tear it all out. My God. Okay, so I would have said, okay, yeah, we will buy this, but I want $3,000 off so that I can take it and have the roof redone. So it's probably going to cost us about $3,000. I'm sure that Marvin's going to want to fucking bubble gum it and shit. And it's just not happening. It's going to be done right. So it'll probably be a huge fight, but it's going to be done right. It's just, it has to be. By the way, hello, Bill. So that's where I'm at. And I'm beyond pissed off. Like, I'm surprised I'm doing the live tonight. Let's just put it that way. But y'all are going to get me in a better mood. And I'm not going to let this shit keep me down. However, I text Marvin. I'll tell you how many hours ago. Over 2 hours ago, and he has not texted me back yet. Which doesn't mean good. Yeah, Yank, that's a very good question. Fuck off, Tony. Yank asked if it was stored outside before I bought it. No, it wasn't. They were really good about keeping it in their, they have like a lean-to off their barn. And so they always kept it way back in there so that it didn't see rain a lot. However, they did take it to the coast frequently. And it was around rain there, but but they haven't used it in a year. I mean, it rained there, so they should have, it shouldn't have, I would have thought that he would have noticed it, but maybe not. Sean put clear silicone or whatever the fuck it is, caulking. I don't know what it is. Sean put it's clear, so when he put that on there, you can see whatever else they put on. He didn't take anything off. He was just trying to get it covered until we could address the issue, which is going to have to be sooner than later. Yeah, there was no other damage. Yeah, no mold growth in the ceiling or walls. No, that's why it's got to be addressed soon. That's why I immediately went and bought a $72 tarp, which I wished I would have already had. I wish I would have already had the cover that we're getting for it, because it's $400. I've just spent 72 on a stupid fucking blue tarp that's 40 by 20 feet. You're right, Joe. I need to go get coffee. So, somebody needs to come on. Yank, you'd be a good one. At this point, you'd be a good one. I mean, you'd be a good one anytime, obviously. But let me invite, copy. I have to go over here. I can have my tech talk to you to give you free advice. Mountain Goddess, I would love that immensely. Not tonight, you have hemorrhoids, Yank. I understand. I totally would appreciate that, though, Mountain Goddess. Oh my gosh. Maybe it would make me feel better. Maybe it would help me get it fixed for certain. But it's definitely, I mean, I knew we were going to run across problems. It's just that is the last thing that I wanted it to be. And I pray to God, knock on wood, there's nothing wrong with the engine or anything. It wasn't cheap. Let's just say that. I mean, it was cheap for what most of them cost. I will. Here, let me find my live, and I will stick it in there. Oh, shit. Okay, here we go. Paste. Now I have to wait. There. Okay. It's pinned. Oh, I know. Water will go over all kinds of shit. Such a freaking nightmare. But it's going to get better. Just probably not before it gets worse. In the sense of, we're going to fix all this. Yeah. Joe likes to hear your sexy voice. She could just sit and listen to you and touch herself all day, Yank. What else? Hi, SE. How are you, sir? So, FYI, whoever comes on, as soon as you get on air, I gotta go get me coffee so I can figure out what I did with my alcohol. There it is. And put it in there. Look at that. I need to dye my hair. I wanted to go camping next week, but I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it should happen. If your man can't fix your RV, I'll fix it for you. Will you? SE. Well, it's definitely one of those things where it's a little on the scary side. Hi, Mountain Goddess.
Having a hard time hearing you. Hold on.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you good.
What is wrong with this?
Can you hear me? She's like, nope, I cannot hear you. I got a bald spot. Uh-oh. She got to do it again. That's fine. No worries, Goddess. As soon as you figure it out, we'll figure it out together. I got a bald spot, Tony. Thank you. I don't have a bald spot. Don't say that, Tony. Strategic fix anything. Funny. It's a gorgeous rig. It's absolutely gorgeous. 2006, has 32,000 miles on it. I mean, I have an entire file cabinet of everything they've done to it, all the upgrades, everything. World War III is coming. So is China going to invade Taiwan to really get us going? Fuck, probably. Dude, hustle tape that sexy one. Totally. All right, Annie. Hi, exterior. Beavers. Do you mean like go beavers or go beaver? Fucking yank. Okay. Let me try this again. How's that?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
All right. Okay, I have my tech here. You can call him the Gray Ghost.
Oh, the gray goat. Okay. Hello, gray
Gray
goat.
Ghost, not goat.
Oh, okay, ghost. How are you?
I'm good. There's I hear a delay. Do you hear a delay?
I don't.
Okay. I don't know I have a new phone and it's doing some weird stuff.
That's weird.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna do something here. Hold on.
Okay.
Definitely a delay.
See, now it's not working.
I just got a new phone too. It can be such a pain in the ass.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you good.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So now I don't hear that delay. Okay, so I have Gray Ghost here, and he's a tech specializing in RVs. He's just going to ask you some questions, and then you just answer whatever you need to. So, all right,
Okay.
here you go.
Okay.
What year is this thing?
A 2006.
Okay, does it have a rubber roof or fiberglass roof?
I think it's fiberglass.
Okay, then if you're going to seal it around the skylight or any vents on the roof, you take a hot putty knife and a MAP gas torch and you peel all the old stuff off.
Okay. Okay.
And it's relatively easy. There's screws in there, so you're going to hit the screws. You don't want to pull them out, but you want to peel all the old stuff off and just clean it with a rag and some goof off.
Okay.
You can pick up goof off at Home Depot.
Right.
And then what I use, and you'll have to order this, I don't know if you guys have them out there, is called Hub or Whitecap Construction Supplies. And you can use the stuff that I use is called Rainbuster 900. It comes in a caulking tube. It's a bit of a pain to use. You don't want to try doing it in cold weather because you get about 2 minutes out of the tube and it starts getting real stringy. It's going to be stringy anyway.
Okay.
So you pour it on, or not pour it on there. You lay a couple of beads on it and then take a putty knife and just flatten it out.
Okay.
And then let's see. Now you said there was one ahead of the slide, right?
Okay, so it's the awning that goes over the slide.
Correct.
It seems like it's coming from right there. Like it's not where the slide did. It's like just a little bit this way of the slide. So in front of it.
That could be the That could be the seal on the rubber flapper seal on the slide out.
Okay,
It-
they're brand new. Well, he had those replaced.
Well, if he had them replaced, doesn't mean the guy that replaced them did a good job.
Okay.
I see that all the time. I've been doing this
Okay.
25 years as a mobile unit in Southern California.
Okay.
So I've seen some strange stuff in my years of
Mhm.
doing this. The other thing to look at is where the roof comes down to that rail where the where the awning and the slide out topper connect to the side of the coach.
Uh-huh.
You look in there and make sure that that's sealed.
Okay.
There's, you just want to peel anything old off and put new on. Now the Rainbuster does not come in clear, and you don't want to use regular caulking on it because it'll peel off in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
So regular caulking is a quick fix if you're stuck, but it's going to go away when you do 80 miles an hour down the freeway.
Okay.
So, but then once you get the roof sealed, get the skylight and the end cap, which is the front cap of the RV, and the
Mhm.
end cap, the rear cap, which is the rear end of the RV on the roof. You'll see it's a big, thick, usually white bead of caulking. They use a thing called Dicor. I'm not a
Right.
fan of it. I don't like dealing with it. But the Rainbuster, it's a bit expensive. It's about $9 a tube.
Okay.
But once you get it on there, you're going to need a grenade or a small nuclear device to get it off. And what I like about it is it doesn't get hard. It stays pliable as long as your surface is ultra clean. And then
Okay.
let it set up for at least, depending on how thick you put it on there, let it set up for a
Mhm.
couple of days and then go up there and put a sprinkler on the roof and turn it on and stand there and see where it leaks.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
the best way to do it. I do it with customers, coaches. Most of the big coaches we work on are 800,000 and up.
Uh-huh.
And you'd think for $1.5 million, it wouldn't have any leaks.
I know.
The only difference between a $3 Winnebago and a $1.6 million Newell is there's more BS on a Newell, and it's got Buzz and Wilsons and more stuff to go wrong.
Well, I wished I
Are
would
we
have taken
talking
a
about water
picture.
leaks?
Oh yeah, water leaks will go anywhere, but usually, if you see it right around a skylight, it's usually the sealant around the skylight. Does the outside of the skylight have any kind of fractures in it?
It didn't look like it. I
Okay,
did try
good.
to look. Yeah, I did try to look at that. It did seem like though that the sealant that was there had
Right.
some cracking going on in it.
That's
Can you
not
hear me?
unusual, because the Dicor will, split over time.
Uh-huh.
That's why I like the Rainbuster, because the Dicor looks like, oh my God, you're gonna have to tear the whole thing off. Not necessarily. You can actually go with the Rainbuster. You can go right over the top of the Dicor as long as you clean it. Just
Okay.
wipe it down with, like I said, goof off.
Okay.
Let it, let the goof off will evaporate pretty quick. It doesn't leave a film. You want to use a clean white rag though, because you can't, you don't want to, like a colored rag. The goof off will take the dye right out of it and put it all over your roof. So that's not a good
Oh.
idea.
Okay.
So clean white rags, you can get them by the bundle at Home Depot.
Yep.
You wipe it down real good, and then anything that's loose, peel up and get rid of it.
Okay.
Then take the Rainbuster 900, go right over the top of it, and you don't need a very big, wide putty knife. You just need, I like using a steel one. And
Okay.
you just get a really thick bead on it, and then all you do is smooth it out and make sure it goes out on the edges real good,
Mhm.
and then let it dry. And then you should be good. And then you go up there with a hose, put a sprinkler on top, and just turn it on and let it run for a half hour and walk around it, look inside, make sure it's not doing anything. But like I said, it takes, depending on how thick you put on it, I'd probably let it set for at least 24 to 30 hours before you throw water at it.
Okay.
And it's not that hard to do. It's really relatively simple, just as long as you're comfortable walking around on a ladder. and working on the edges.
Yeah, I got to tell you, as I was looking it over, I've already rode a ladder down to the bottom from my roof of my house, so I'm a little leery on them, but I got up there and did it anyways. My husband was already gone to work, so I had to get up there and figure out what the hell was going on.
I get some customers in their 70s and 80s that, you know, we'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
And I've had a number of customers over the years, single females in their 60s and 70s, dragging a 42-foot fifth wheel on the back of a 3/4 ton truck.
Yeah. And I know I can do it. Like my son's mother-in-law, she drives a Class A like it's nobody's business. So I
Yeah.
know I can do this. This is a Gulfstream. It's got a Duramax engine,
Right.
Allison transmission. It's only got 32,000 miles on it.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're coming down in price. I mean, like we never slowed down during the pandemic.
Mhm.
And we just tell the customers you have to be out of the coach with the windows wide open and the fans blowing in for at least an hour before we show up. So because of COVID.
Oh.
And then you have to stay outside of the coach until I'm done. We wipe everything down. We look like little moon men. And we wipe everything down with bleach and Clorox, and then they can sell us the payment. But
So do you know, so you probably don't know like where it stained, where the skylight was.
right.
Do you know what I can use to get
Is-
that out of there?
Is it a cloth roof?
It is.
Ceiling? Okay, Tough Stuff. You can buy that at AutoZone, O'Reilly's.
Okay.
It comes in a big
Okay.
can.
Uh-huh.
There's another one where you have to use white rag, but once you do it, it's going to make that whatever color, because a
Bright
lot of
white.
those, yeah, you're going to whiten it up real
Yeah.
quick. You're going to have
Real
to do the whole bathroom.
It's like a spot stain remover.
Yeah, it's really good stuff.
Now, hold on. I have a question because I came here late. What are we talking about, Gotta Girl?
I found 2 leaks, one around my skylight in the bathroom and the other one just in front of the slide out.
I vaguely remember. Was there a conversation you had with someone not too long ago? You were getting all mad about this very topic.
Well, the problem is that's the one
What's-
thing I
what-
looked at.
What's your name, sir? Who do we have on here?
I'm sorry.
Because he knows what he's talking about. Who
is White
are you,
Ghost.
sir?
Gray
White
Ghost.
Ghost. Gray
No,
Ghost.
Gray Ghost.
Grey Ghost, sorry.
Let me ask you something about RV life, okay?
Okay.
Leaking and roofs. That's a regular maintenance thing on an RV, isn't it? Isn't that
Pretty-
common?
Pretty much. I mean, it depends on how much you use it. Most of the customers I have live in their coaches and they're traveling the country. They come out to the area that I service, which is
So that's
Southern
more intense.
California, and they're
Yeah, that's
constantly
more
moving.
stress.
Right, and that's what
'Cause
I
I-
like. Go ahead.
I was talking to Gutter Girl about this not too long ago because I had bought a Yellowstone RV, and I had mentioned about roof leaks because I have a spot. You don't know it's leaking all the time until you actually see the stain.
Mm.
But we had a whole conversation about this, and she got mad, and I said, listen. This is a part of the RV thing because you're driving a house. It's twisting, stretching.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
You have no
constant.
idea. I bawled half the frickin' day.
Now, let me
Yeah.
ask you a question because you have more knowledge than me. How often do you seal your roof, and what do you use to seal it with?
It depends on the roof. If it's a fiberglass roof, you're just doing the edges, and wherever they
Around all
poked
the
the hole in it
seams.
for vent.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a rubber roof, they're good for usually 10 years. And the way you'll tell if it's starting to go bad, and we do a lot of them, it'll start getting, it looks almost like black mold on the top, but it's not, it's dirt. And if you take a pressure washer, not more than 3,500 PSI and back off, quite a ways, and hit it and clean the roof, but that white starts to come off and go away. Then
done.
you turn around and use what the hell is it? Cool Seal, and it's a 2-stage process. It's hard to find, but there's a primer coat and then there's a white coat. Primer coat's real
Gotcha.
thick and sticky, gray, and then
That's like what they prime boats with, almost, right?
almost, yeah, exactly. And then you put the white coat over it. There is. I live on one mountain, and then if you guys have ever heard of Big Bear, California, I go on that mountain because there's a lot of them up there that were put into a park years ago, and they all had rubber roofs. And some guy came up there and said, "Oh, I can fix it," and he put Henrys on them, and I'm like, "Why?" And they're peeling and leaking, and so I told the folks, and this is what I do with all customers. I don't care what the problem is. They said, "Well, I got 3 guys have hit this thing, and it still doesn't work, or it works kinda." And I look at them and say, "I'm going to start from the beginning and go to the end. So I'm going to do it our way." And you pressure wash it. You use you seal all the edges, the vents around the vents. The air conditioners have a 1.5-inch foam gasket on the bottom of them, and
Yeah,
so
I got to
you
pull
want.
mine. That's what I got leaking right now. I got to pull
Yeah.
a unit.
Is it what year's your coach?
It is a 2001, so it's got some years on it, but not many miles. It's like 27,000 miles. So the drivetrain's like a baby.
Okay,
But
so
it's on Long Island down by the beaches. So there's a lot of anything gasket, rubber, and shit has gotten all the salt decay that I had to start
right,
taking care of.
right. So now, is it what class is it? A class, class A, class C?
It's a 32-foot Yellowstone drivable.
It's a Class C.
Class C
Okay,
gas engine.
so there's a.
Yeah,
in
I
your-
don't know. Gutter knows more than I do about my own rig.
There you go. If you look up in the
yeah.
ceiling, from the inside, you see a big square vent where
Yep.
your air conditioner should be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you take that off, that plastic ceiling shroud. You take that off, and you're going to see a metal plate, and in the 4 corners, there are. Oh God, I can't think of what size they are. I'm so used to just doing it just out of my box, but there's 4 bolts in each corner, and how that thing works. And you can get those gaskets, by the way. But how that thing works is, if you take you got to find a socket that'll fit it, and it's like a 10. No, smaller than a 10. So I think an 8mm, if I remember correctly. And you stick it up on the bolt, and you take a small, short ratchet, and you just give it a little twist. If it's real loose, then what's happened is over the years, those bolts have come loose, and the gasket's not sealing on the roof.
From
Makes
that
sense?
thing vibrating while it's running and shit.
Right. So the AC sits on top, and then you go in from the inside, and there's that steel plate, and when you crank that thing down, it sandwiches between that steel plate and the AC. It sandwiches the ceiling and the roof, and that's what
Gotcha.
creates that seal. But if that seal's bad, and you can usually find out by laying up there with a screwdriver and sliding a long, thin screwdriver right under the AC, you'll see the gasket. Shine a light under it, you'll see it, and just push on it. If it's kind of spongy, you're good. Then I go down and tighten it up. If it doesn't, and then hit it with a water hose.
Yeah, if it's dry rotted and shit, yeah.
Yeah, usually they don't dry rot. In all the years I've been doing this, I have never seen one dry rot. The foam gasket, I've never seen one dry rot. But I have seen them get loose. I have seen them get, the gasket get stiff, and they don't have the sponginess to it anymore. And you can get those online. And when you do those, you pull the ceiling assembly out. You just, shut your power off to it, and take pictures and mark every damn wire. Usually they're plug and plays, but being that
Yeah, I
old,
gotcha.
they may have individual 12-volt wiring. The 110's easy, but the 12-volt wiring from your thermostat, that's what gives it the signal. If you just go, oh yeah, and clip them, no. So you take pictures of them, you mark them with blue painter's tape and a Sharpie, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, I
4.
I do low voltage and stuff for a living, so that part
Okay,
I'm not
yeah,
worried
okay,
about. I was just
okay.
asking more general about roof maintenance, because I did warn Gutter about this, and I said it's going to be something that sometimes you don't know until it's there. So,
Right.
and she's
And
like, I'm going to look for one. If I see one water stain, I said one water stain, depending on where it's at and the cause of it's not the end of the world. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Yeah,
it's
well,
part
I-
of it.
But it's my freaking RV. I'm so pissed off. I ain't even gone camping in the son of a bitch yet.
Oh, you'll
every
find it, fix it, and you'll be just fine. That's part of the struggle. I warned you about this. It's part of the struggle. It's like you got to seal a boat, you got to seal the RV.
right.
You know?
Exactly. And 80% of my job is talking you guys off the edge.
Oh, fuck. Dude, you need to talk because I'm telling you what, I'm ready to jump. We'll
I
see.
told you what was to come before you even bought the damn thing. Now you bought one, and guess what? You found out. What did you think I was making the whole shit up?
Oh,
You know. So now you got someone up here who is an expert. I would designate you as an expert, sir. Gray Ghost, and you see, it's not just me saying it this time. So don't panic. What you do is listen to
No.
what he told you about the steps, and find the leak and seal the leak properly. And you know what I mean. Now, what's your
Right.
feelings on that Eternabond tape stuff? Because I
I'm not
bought that. I haven't used it yet, but I bought it just so I had it, I guess, in case of like an emergency. But
There you go. That's what I'd use it for, an emergency kit.
Gotcha.
That's what I'd use it for. I wouldn't. I'm a hardcore believer in the stuff that I use.
Gotcha.
Because a customer turned me onto it years ago. The industry says use Dicor, and I thought, okay, well, and Dicor's okay, and everybody swore by it. And a customer turned me onto a tube of this stuff, and I played with it on something else, on a California is what they call them. It's basically a material room that goes on the side of a park model, and we had the seam. I mean, it's a 1980, so it was probably 10, 15 years old when one of the seams, the stitching let loose, and all of a sudden that whole seam opened up. And I thought, whoa, how am I going to fix this? And it ran through my head, well, I use a fish hook needle and sew it together and everything else. And what I ended up doing was taking this stuff. I saw it, and I thought, well, I'll try this stuff. So I pulled it together with duct tape and just made kind of like straps to hold it together, and went on top and put it on real thick, and then went underneath it and put it in between the straps and let it dry. And then I peeled it off and filled in the spots where the traps were and let it go. And I thought, yeah, fine, right? Let's see how it goes. No leaks, no nothing. I've had a 1.5 to 2 foot snow load right on that seam, and it's never let loose. And the thing's 30, 40 years old now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that stuff's amazing. They use it. It's actually concrete joint expansion compound. So you see the big tip up building?
Gotcha.
It's the stuff they put in between the panels.
Now, if you could do us a solid and at some point just type in the products you use in the comments section, I'd greatly appreciate it.
well,
Yeah,
I
not a
won't let
problem.
this. Well, and I won't let this. I'll keep this live up because this is really good information, I think.
Well,
I'm
I've
gonna
been
hop
doing
off and let you guys get back to your convo. Thank you very much for your time, though, sir.
No
You gotta
problem.
pay attention to what he's saying. See, I didn't make
Oh,
it up.
dude.
I didn't make it up.
I knew you were making it up. I was just saying I didn't want to have somebody else's problem.
It's your problem now. Love you. I'll stick around. I'll be here. I'm just gonna hop off, let you guys get back to your convo.
All right.
I'll type in all the information that you need, Gutter.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh my
Did he
gosh.
answer any of your questions? You need to talk to him some more? Or?
No, I think I got it. I mean, who knows? You never know. I'll probably be catching you in Discord going, okay, I'm stuck. What do I do? But I wish my husband was here.
The only thing I suggest, if you got a Class C, does it have a generator on it?
It does.
Okay, you need to. There's so much garbage in our fuel. You need to run that generator once a month for 45 minutes with a full load on it for everything on the coach.
Okay.
Let it run. Shut everything down. Shut it off. And you make it. When you're it's an hour out of your month.
Right. And we did when we went and got it. See, what happened was my husband, somebody gave him an inspection list and he went through the entire list and went, okay, everything checks out really good. There was a few little just things that we knew we'd have to deal with, but it was like light bulbs and stuff like that. Somebody had kissed the pole on the back right side, and there was a little dent up at the top and stuff like that, but no leaking there, no nothing. So we were like, oh yay, this is it. And then we get home and everything's fine, and I clean it all out. And then today it's a huge downpour and I find this. But the other thing I was going to say was, you mentioned generator, and in between the bedroom and the kitchen, there's one of those doors that hides it. What do they call them?
Yeah,
That
pocket door.
slide- Yeah, pocket door. Okay, well, I pulled it out to wipe it all down, and at the about halfway up, there was this black soot stuff, and it's right above the generator. Do you think that could possibly be like there's somewhere it's getting in and it's coming up through the floor?
The only way you could find that out is walk around and turn it on, let it run for about 10 minutes with the windows and the door shut, and walk in and see if you can smell exhaust. I doubt that's exhaust. It might be just, if it's real black, did it wipe off
Really
really?
black. Really black.
Did you, okay, here's another thing. You can shine a light when you pull the door shut. I've got an endoscope. So with a 16-foot
Got one.
cable on it, so I can stick a camera up in there and look around. But if it's real black, it could be just I hate to use the word mold, but it could be that. I mean, if it's real dusty, did it wipe off like with your finger, or did you have to really rub on it?
I didn't have to really rub on it. All I did was took my rag, because I was wiping down each side of the doors and all that stuff. And as I wiped it, I was like, oh, that's quite, because at first I thought it was somebody had rubbed against it and rubbed black on it. But as soon as I wiped it, it came off.
That sounds more like dirt, even though it's dark, it might be just dirt. If it wiped off that easy and didn't leave a stain, it's not mold.
Yeah, I didn't think it was mold. My biggest concern is it's right above the generator, and we ran that generator for probably an hour when we ran it the day we got it, or the day we checked it out.
Yeah, usually the exhaust comes right out of the bottom of the generator and tailpipes out the side of the coach.
Okay.
And unless now the other thing to do is open up the generator compartment and look around in the top right, like right above the generator in the bay. Look around in the bay, in the top of the bay, and see if you see anywhere that. But if the generator isn't smoking, then you shouldn't have a problem.
Okay.
If it runs smooth, it carries a lot. Is this a 30 amp coach or is this a 50 amp coach?
50.
Oh, good. Cool.
Yeah, it's a diesel. It's a 5500, a C5500. I don't know, whatever that is. So yeah. It's a beast. It's a freaking beast.
They're once you get used to the idiosyncrasies, because they all have them. People ask me all the time, which one would you buy? None of them. I wouldn't go next or near one. I'd rather, I wouldn't. It's like a boat, but it's the only difference between it and a boat is, it doesn't get as much corrosion as a boat. Mm-hmm. But they're not really money pits if you start out right.
Right.
You can keep it up, simple little things. Every one of them's got their own idiosyncrasies. They're never perfect. The only thing consistent on them is they're square. They got wheels and got people in them. And that's it.
Yeah.
So and that's how, but the biggest thing is don't panic about it. Don't get stressed. I mean, I've got customers that, I've got a customer that I've worked with for years, and he started out with a small Monaco. And now he's in a King Air. That's $1.6 million. Right?
Oh my God. Yes.
And so he bought it. And first thing is, he called me and said, hey, do you do? And he's one of these guys that always calls 5 minutes before he's ready to leave. Hey, I need you. What? Generator doesn't work. What? And he always does that to us, which is hilarious. But we always pull his fat out of the fire. And he asked me if I do, warranty work and stuff on it. Absolutely. Because I do work with Newmar. And he said, okay. So he decided he was going to get this big one, and he's a big guy too. He's not a small human. So he buys this thing, drives it 3,700 miles, and half the coach is dead when he gets here, and the refrigerator's shot. I was like, what? And if it wasn't for piss poor engineering and no quality control, I wouldn't have a job. But anyway, so we went right at it, and the inverter. He's got 2 inverters in this thing, and one inverter was shot right out of the factory. They pulled it out of the box, installed it, turned it on, went, yeah, it's good, and then they drove it. As soon as they powered up, would you stop? As soon as they powered it up, for a little while, the motherboard went south in it, and that's it. So those kind of things are going to happen.
I know.
And the trick is not to get panicky about it.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely was like, oh my gosh, I just can't even believe this. And of all the things, that was my biggest fear was a leak in the roof. Like if it would have been a leaky faucet, or I wouldn't have been nearly concerned.
Well, that was Gray Ghost. And
Well, tell him thank you very, very much. Oh my gosh.
you're welcome. Send me a DM anytime if you need to, ask questions
Okay.
and stuff, and I'll radio the guy and help you out.
Yes, thank you so much. That's
You're
awesome.
welcome. All right.
Just having somebody there, knowing you can go, hey, help me. What do I do?
Sure. Yep.
That's awesome. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Bye.
All right, Annie. Bye-bye. Oh, they rock. Gray Ghost and Mountain Goddess. I won't forget you guys. Shut up, Yank. You fuckers. I'm telling you what. Knock it off. He just got me chilled out. And you ain't gonna I don't believe none of you fuckers now. Because I listen to the expert. So suck it. I'm going to grab me some coffee. So now y'all can just sit here and fucking stare at my emoji until I get back. Because nobody's coming on. Okay? Worship the goddess. I'm definitely worshiping her. And Gray Ghost. All right, I'm pausing this. Well, I'm stopping my cam and I'm going and grabbing me coffee. So hold the phone. Talk amongst yourselves. Here, want me to play some music for you? Nah, fuck it. I don't hear anybody talking. Wow. I actually got more people while I was gone. I'll bet you guys wonder what the hell's going on. All right, I'm here. I swear I am. Okay. I got my coffee. Let me chug a lug this sumbitch. Oh, I didn't get me a shot glass, but that's okay. I'll just load this coffee cup up with it. That works. Look, I just got what? Hey, what are you spamming me, you fucker? I can see Gutter removing the whole roof to fix it. Well, it's not, we're not going to remove the whole roof. No. But let me tell you, just everyone type strike when she gets back. Fuck off, you guys. What the hell? Why are you doing this to me? Hi, Mick. Mick won't come here and be a dick to me. He'll be nice to me. I ain't ripping off the whole roof. Oh, Jesus, I got that too full. Oh, but man, does it taste good? What's a rough? What's a rough? What's a roof? You mean what's a roof? Fuck off. You guys are really fucking with me tonight. So you're all just gonna sit there and fuck with me and not come on. Okay, fine. Then you know what I'll do? Let me find a war zone. Y'all want to just sit and watch. You guys want to try to stress me out? Here, where's Andy's? Oh, what's this one? Live cams from Gaza. Want to watch that? Yank, just the voice. Give me a little. She wants to get excited on your voice, Yank. Ah! I'm telling you, today is just one of them days. Holy moly. Yay, Kate, you made it. We're so glad. Energy was off. It is. Energy was off. What? Gigi, if I come on, I'm only talking about the new parking lot being built, so it will be a bummer. Yeah, I don't want to talk about a park. I don't know. I don't want to talk about a parking lot. Can we talk about something fun? Or are we going to have to talk about war? Should I stream Andy while he streams people? Will that piss him right the hell off? I could do it. He'll probably get off immediately. You little bitch. Don't be streaming me. Today the energy was off. Just one of them days. You get your pants pocket caught on a doorknob. Dude, I'm telling you. Oh, I was just crushed. And I'd spent all day yesterday shampooing on my, and when I say shampooing, I'm talking about on my hands and knees. I did all the furniture. I did all the rugs. And that means when I say all the carpet in there, I mean the little things that run up halfway up the wall and around some little box that they stick in the middle of fucking nowhere and all that shit. Why are you striking? You're so right, Bloody. You don't say much. You're so cute. Well, I guess we can all just sit here and look at me. Dude, you're going to lose your appetite. So, yeah. What else? Not a lot going on. I mean, besides the wars and all that good shit. You think Trump's going to become Speaker of the House? That would be funny as shit. I'd laugh so hard. Keep my motherfucking name out your mouth. Doom and gloom, doom and gloom. I know. Did I miss RV talk? You did, Kate, but it's at the beginning, so you'll get to. I will leave this live up because I think it is good information. Thank God for Grey Ghost and Mountain Goddess. Not freaking me out. Making me realize that it's okay, even though Marvin still has not text back or anything. He's probably so pissed. Well, now, Yank, you playing the new G.I. Jane? Are you? Oh. Trump tears into the Hamas. It's not okay. No. No, no, no. What's really weird is we drove all the way back with it. It was a fucking downpour when we came back. Solid 6 hours of driving. And the last 4 was downpouring. And and I didn't see no leaks. None. And then, because we looked when we got home, just to make sure, it been under the barn or under the lean-to thing, and we just wanted to make sure, and we didn't see anything. And then it rained again, and we didn't see anything. And every time I go in there, I check it. Didn't see anything. And today, I looked up. It was a downpour, but it had only been going for a while. It probably rained for like, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes. And then I seen it. Oh my God. And the slide outs are out right now because of, I'm trying to get it dried in there. I got a dehumidifier in there, and it's, holy cow, that thing works like a champ. It's already sucked out like a gallon of water. And I didn't even shampoo with a gallon. I was able to use less than that. Yeah, I know. I will be fine. Especially after I drink all that fucking bottle of amaretto right there. I'll be just fine. I know. I'm glad I am so thankful that I caught it when I did. I'm so thankful that we were out there messing around with it and had been for 2 days. But otherwise, I mean, if you've seen this rig, you'd just be like, holy shit, it is gorgeous. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. You should see my grandson with it. Marvin takes him for a ride. He loves it. He thinks it's so cool. But look. It's a freaking beast. Just hearing it gets me excited. Like, literally. You gotta don't get it wet. Oh, fuck that. It's gotta get wet. We're in Oregon. She gotta be wet. She getting wet. She gotta be able to take it. Look at her. Right back there. Whoa, stop. See? Isn't she pretty? You just gotta love her. Bus is a beast. RV's a baby. Oh, she's not. You can hear when we start her, she's just like, I mean, she grumbles. Almost like you're sitting on a Harley. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. So, right up there is where the leak is. So, right there. Well, in the corner anyway. There. So, it's right ahead of that wood. Oh, it just makes me want to cry. Gigi keeps talking about everything getting wet. They got those in 4-wheel drive too. I know. Trust me, we tried to find one in 4-wheel drive. If we could have, we would have done it. But I'm sure it would have cost more than $50,000. Whoa, that's a little tiny. Yeah, it wasn't very big. That one wasn't. It was like the spot that you could see, but the one around the skylight, it was pretty. I mean, it was a lot more. He says it might be coming outside of the gasket. So I see what you're saying. I remember him saying, Greg O said, well, just because there might not be installed right. It might also be that the gasket's pushed in instead of going out when it was brought out, maybe. Yeah, I know. Trust me, slide outs were something that I feared. It wasn't that I feared them. I just knew that when you have slide out, it's more mechanical shit that can go wrong. I knew that. I mean, that was why I tried to find one without it. But then when you do that, Marvin was already whining about a Class C like yours, Bobby, that he just felt like it was too small. Like he wanted it more open, and so that's why. And it had a slide out, and so I knew if I went without a slide out, he was going to be a bitchin', and I'd never get him in it. I got to tell you, the whole time today, I was like, I wished I'd have went with a smaller one, because getting up there and all that, if I would have had a little Mercedes one, I felt like it would have been a little different, and it probably wouldn't have leaked. Well, I mean, not that it wouldn't have leaked, but it's fine. I just need to understand that it's fine. I want to love my slide out. Hi, Hal. Fuck that. I ain't sleeping in a tent for love or money. I ain't doing it. Hi, Hal. How are you?
What's going on?
Oh, you're echoing.
Shouldn't be.
We are. You've got YouTube open.
No, that's my video. That was from a few months ago when we brought her boat back. I figured that'd get you going. That's parents' floating RV.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm dealing with enough water on top. I ain't dealing with it on bottom too.
Yeah, when we left the Cape, we went down to Port St. Lucie, and we were coming in here right now to get fuel and pick up her friend. She had a friend that was going up to New York. We gave her and her dog a ride.
Oh, nice. Very nice. They are huge.
Yeah, hers is that's a 108 footer. Those other ones, those are 120, 150 footers.
Dang.
That's 108 foot, and she can park it in a 110 foot spot.
Yeah, just that. That 35. Ours is 35 foot, and it's pretty easy to drive in the sense of turning it around in the driveway and everything. It's amazing. I thought we were gonna have to drive out onto the road and back in, and no, we was able to do it no problem.
Did you take some driving classes?
No driving classes. I drove truck on the port, so I'm not worried about that. I mean, they're big, but they're, it's nothing I can't handle. I drove a Econoline van with 3 kids around for 10 years. And usually I was saying, get the fuck out of my way. I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, but it never hurts to get a CDL,
Oh, yeah, I ain't getting no CDL. No, fuck that. The government owns me enough. That's something else. I'm not fucking giving them something else. Nope. I'm good. I'm good with just. It's not. It's barely a. It's a normal size rig. I mean, yeah, it is like a truck, but shit, people drive diesel pickups every day. And that's basically what it is.
Yeah, what I don't think it shouldn't be legal for like 70, 80, 90-year-old to just be able to go rent a big diesel pusher and drive that thing, anywhere they want.
Well, usually the 70, 80-year-olds ain't the one I worry about. It's a young fucking punk that, wants to drive 90 miles an hour. Usually those 70, 80-year-olds, you're lucky if they're going 40 miles an hour.
Oh, the ones that scare the shit out of me are the middle-aged women in minivans
Yeah, well, let me tell you what.
and the
I could
loser
scare
cruiser.
I could scare the shit right off a chrome bumper if I wanted to. I could be deadly with my 150 Econoline van. It was it was a beast. But it held all the kids, and if the kids weren't good and we were traveling, I could get up and go in the back and, give them a little loving.
I thought you said you weren't going to get one with sliders.
Well, I didn't want to, but after speaking with Marvin and going over it, I just don't think he would have been happy without slides. They were it was just too small for him. So the deal is there's barely even a leak by the slide. The slide's not the problem. It's a fucking skylight. Like, I would just if it was up to me, I'd get rid of the fucking skylight. Well, it ain't, I mean, you turn the light on. You don't need a skylight.
Exactly. That's no different than a sunroof in a car.
Yeah, it's
I
just
don't
another
It's just
spot
something
for
to
a
leak.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like 3 a.m, I saw this infomercial for Flex Seal, and they made a boat out of a screen door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So that has to work,
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Couple
Yeah,
gallons of that'll fix anything.
Yeah, there is one roofing system that they talk about, and it's basically they just do the entire thing. I mean, they take everything off, and then they put this. I don't know. It could be I don't know what it is. Plastic, rubber. Anyways, you don't have to do it again. I think it's called armor something, armor roofing something. Anyways, they put it on and it's good to go. You don't have to fuck with it again. So I would love to do that, but I think it's about $3,000. Might be more. Who knows?
You can always store it inside too, and just camp out inside, and never worry about it again.
No, I want to be away from people and things, and I like the mountains. So I need the mountains, and I live in Oregon. It's going to rain. So that bitch has got to be sealed. It just needs to be sealed. That's all there is to it. And I think we'll be fine. But I do think, like Grey Ghost says, I need to double check those seals and make sure there's no leaking going on there.
Yeah, any kind of leak. If you said it looked like it's been sealed before, that means it's been leaking before. And you don't know how long, how many years. There still could be mold inside. The insulation between it and that.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of that. Well, I mean, inside you can't see it, but now he could be lying to us, but when they had the seals replaced, that was part of what they, the tech went in and looked at all that. And yeah, they could definitely lie to us. Unless you're going to start tearing shit apart, you ain't going to know it. So, I mean, I know brand new rigs that they're bringing in and shit, they're falling apart before they get them off the freaking showroom.
Brand new ones leak. So,
Yeah. So it's just a matter of getting it fixed and making sure it doesn't go further. And
I mean, I've probably been on 30 tour buses over the years, and most of them were in good shape. We had 2 or 3 that had little leaks, but those are stainless steel roofs and that. But
Mhm.
all of them where they did leak was around vents or the AC units.
Yeah. Yeah, and that, again, those are all weak spots. So, I mean, you can't and that's the thing I have to explain to myself and my husband, that they're weak spots. It's just like the vents on your roof. If something's going to leak, a lot of times that's where it's going to end up
Exactly.
leaking, or wherever you've been walking, because you know,
Yeah, even the
loosen
roof
the
on your house
seal.
leaks.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got a leak like that, where you notice it inside, that's not where it's coming from. It's
No.
leaking somewhere else and
Yeah.
dripping down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's probably leaking 10 foot away from where you see the spot in the
Mm-hmm.
ceiling.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't surprised, Bobby. It wasn't a surprise. It was just, I mean, when you're looking along and you just got done shampooing, you're trying to get all the water out of the freaking RV, and you look
See,
up and here's
you
a
should have bought a
spot.
boat. All we do is get the
No,
pressure washer out.
I don't want a boat. I don't like the water that much.
Oh, I love it.
Not me. I got to see land all the time. So for me, I want to be in the mountains
Oh, I see Yanks on
and
here.
peopleless.
He's asking. I didn't. I told him he could have went with us, but when I actually told him we were going down there and doing that, that was the night that he quit, and he kind of made it sound like he didn't want to be bothered anymore, and that's why I didn't call him.
Oh,
You know,
you do have a
and
blue winch, don't you?
me,
No, Yank. What is he saying?
no, he doesn't.
So you were going down to Florida?
Yeah, I told him, you know, I asked him how far away he was from the Cape, and that, you know, if he wanted to come out, you know, and hang out. We stayed there for like 3 nights before we went down to Port St. Lucie, and picked up her friend, and then we went up around New York and through the St. Lawrence Seaway, and it's in Lake Michigan right now. So we've you know, instead of driving 24 hours down to Florida, now all we got to do is drive 2 hours, or if we fly up there.
Nope, you're cutting out, huh?
Me?
Yeah. It's probably because I'm got there. I
You
shut that
playing
off.
with something? But yeah,
I shut the YouTube off.
and
Yeah,
then,
I opened up YouTube.
yeah, and then it's coming out of the water here, and within a month or so, having some work done on it over the winter. It's cold water rated, but it's not ice rated. If it was left in the water while it was freezing, the hull has heaters in it, and it's got bubblers. You know, so as long as the compressor's running, it bubbles air up, and it'll keep the ice about 6 inches away from the hull. But you can't, you know, it can't plow through ice.
No, if there's ice, you probably should get your ass out of the water.
Yeah, Yank's saying I dropped off the radar, but I mean, I didn't. I mean, that night he just kind of made it sound like he didn't want to be bothered anymore. So I mean, I used to talk to him, you know, quite a bit on the phone, but after he said he kind of, you know, wanted to be left alone, I left him alone. I mean, he still got my number. He can call.
he's he's been dabbling back into YouTube a little bit here and there, I think. And we see him on Discord now. We know he's sick. He's on Discord.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do any kind of social media. This is my extent.
Wow, those boats are freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, they all are.
Poor Marvin. I think he's definitely fretting it. He's like, oh my God. Now we have maintenance on an RV. We already have maintenance on an airplane, maintenance on a house, maintenance on 3 rigs. He's just like, fuck. Actually, it's 4 rigs now because we bought a Toad to go with that RV. So,
You're gonna pull a car behind it or something.
yeah, a little Chevy Tracker. It looks like it has balloon tires. It's the funniest freaking looking little rig. It's like Marvin's dream rig. It's like a Geo. It's a four-wheel drive Geo. It's right up his alley. What's
Oh, here I just got done with some of these videos here since Yank missed a little bit. I'll show him what he missed when we got back here.
how much do the boats run? Tony wants to know.
What that was new, I don't know what it was new. That is a 2010 Princess, and she got it for 5.5.
She paid $500,000 for that?
No, 5.5.
Dude, I'm hanging with the wrong people. She should probably be my best friend. She's got fucking 5. Well, she don't have 5.5 no more. She lost that. Holy shit. I wouldn't even 5.5 make house screen bigger. I'm all about making things bigger.
Yeah, it's running a little slow here. This is the girls jumping off the radar tower. That's about a 30-foot drop.
Watch out for that hole. I'm trying to get it bigger, Yank. It's slow going. Well, she forgot half her bathing suit. I wish I had a butt like that again. Why are none of these working? It's really pissing me off. I don't know why it's not working. It's like it's broke. There. Maybe. No. Why is there nothing there?
I don't know. Bubba made him cupcakes.
I'm trying to get it to show you. So, well, it's gone now, so I guess it's no big deal. I don't understand why it ain't working. Nope. Go this way. Some bitch. There.
Here, how about that one? This is what I made her do before I let her move in with me. I need to make sure she wasn't going to freak out about anything. So I've got a buddy that works for Skydive Chicago, and I'm still rated as a jump master.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a hold of him, and I'm like, let me take her jumping.
Well, I tried to fix it. There we go.
She's not a.
No.
She's not a. She wasn't a. I knew she wasn't going to be afraid to get on the plane. She flies. She's a pilot.
I would have been like, fuck off. I'm not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, Hal. You can suck my ass. That's what I'd have said.
She never once freaked out.
Well, then, no. No. If she wanted to, that'd be one thing.
I don't know. There it is. Why wouldn't you jump? You afraid?
There's no reason to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. I try to stay in them.
What happens when it doesn't become perfectly good?
Huh? Well, then you float to the bottom. It's got some floating capabilities. It doesn't just completely drop out. Oh, he's instructing her, isn't he?
Oh, that's me.
There's Hal, you guys.
But yeah, we just bought 700 acres in Oklahoma, and she wants to get her own plane.
Flatty's all about it. Shit, she'd jump with without a parachute with you. Look at her there.
Yep, she did good.
No, I'd have peed all over you. At least.
I
I'm
don't know
telling
what
you.
it's doing.
What did you come back to? Well, you come back to Hal being on top of one of his girlfriends. That's what you came back to. You showed up just in time, Arby.
So where were you last week?
Last week I had a friend in from Alaska.
You lie, you ain't got no friends.
You're right, I don't. But Marvin's got this friend named John, and he lives in Alaska. I've showed you guys him before. And
You got one friend and your friend ain't got no friends.
you're right, I don't. But so he came into town, and of course, I couldn't leave him by himself. Marvin was at work. So I hung out with John and said, you kids got to find something to do tonight. That was when we brought the motor home that night. So
that's where you went last Tuesday and got it, or Monday, or
no. We
over
went
the weekend.
Yeah, we went on Friday, and so we took a couple days to check it out. Well, we checked it out on Saturday, and then we went and dinked around on Sunday, and then we went back on Monday after we had the check and everything, and because we had to wait for the bank to open up before we could get the cashier's check. We weren't pulling it out until we knew for sure. So we ran to the bank and got the cashier's check, and oh my God, that was crazy. My heart was
Did
racing.
you actually pay for it, or was it a loan?
Well, what we're doing is we're kind of doing a smart thing. We put it on our house, and then we're taking it off of our house. So we're going to pay for it basically through 401k, because Marvin will be getting ready to retire here in the next couple years. So we want it to be up as high as it can. We already have retirement set aside, but whatever the Social Security is, if it's even more, we want to make sure we get that. So a way to do that is you pay more in. And so that's what we're going to do. Hopefully the CPA is going to say, yeah, that's a good idea. Pay that shit in. So we'll pay them off, and we'll have it paid off in 3 years, 3 years.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, because I don't like taking loans out for anything.
No, we don't. Yeah, we don't normally. I didn't even do a loan for my car. Saved $15,000 and bought my car. So we don't normally do loans for shit, but this is a little different. And we're able to take it from our home, in the sense of, it's a home equity loan, and it can be, we can write off shit and it can be paid off whenever. So we're going to get it paid off soon. We don't want it sitting there hanging over us. And,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
only like,
I don't like paying for things 2 and 3 times over.
no. And it's only like, I mean, if we were to do it, it's like $500 a month, that we could pay. That's what you need to pay. Well, actually it'd be like 700 a month, but, we'll pay more than that every month just to get the damn thing, down and get it dwindled as quickly as possible. So yeah, that's how we're doing that.
Did you start moving into it? Or, let me guess, your first night you slept in it?
I really wanted to, but we had company, so I couldn't. And it's
So-
at my son's. Well, it's clear. It's like 15 minutes away. So, it took me like 3 days to be able to get over there and start cleaning it out and going through it. And so, the last few days, Marvin and I have just been going through it like crazy. And Marvin had to go to work today, and wouldn't you know, that's the day we got the downpour. And so I was on my own to figure out what to do. My son was sick. He was home and in the house, but he was sick. So I went in and said, Sean, you're going to have to help me. I got to get this tarp on, and it weighs about 900 pounds and I can't get it on the roof. So at that point he was like, fuck it. I'm just getting up and I'm getting silicone. I'm going to come and fix that, or caulking, whatever the hell it was he put on there.
You're getting
And,
plastic tits?
No plastic tits, just a plastic tarp.
Oh, I thought you said you were getting silicone.
No, silicone and plastic tarps for the RV. I'm done doing plastic anything. Fuck that. What do you mean, RB? Fuck this shit, you're out. Oh, wow. We're down to 12 people. Everybody must be bored. I guess that means it's time to go. I
You
hate
didn't-
to
You
waste
didn't even talk
everybody's
about
time.
the war.
I didn't talk a whole lot about the war. At this point, I think
Yeah.
everybody knows what the hell's going on.
I don't think there's much to talk about.
I don't
mean,
either.
Again,
Just
it's not
shit.
our job to police the rest of the world.
Nope. We shouldn't fucking be there. Well, we shouldn't have anything to do with being there. We shouldn't have gave any money away to them to help them do any of the bullshit. I mean, it's just, and what we're going to do is end up in a war with Israel is what we're going to end up in.
Well, this is what's I think is making it worse, is we sent the Ford into the Caribbean.
I heard that.
So, and that's literally, 150 miles away from the Black Sea. So they're even within striking distance of Ukraine, Russia. Fuck.
Ah,
I don't know how far they're going to stay off of Turkey, but once you go, through the strait there to Istanbul, you're in the Black Sea. I think that's bad. I mean, if they were gonna send, I mean they did, but I think they should have went in through into the Persian Gulf.
mm-hmm.
I mean that way they're like less than 100 miles over land to get to where they would need to go. That's still within reason without having to be in the Caribbean.
Yeah, I don't know. Every day it's just like the shit you hear on the news, or what you hear wherever your sources are. It's jaw open. I mean, I just don't know what they're going to say next. It's like, he did what? They're going where? I mean, even for me, who's I don't have a lot of knowledge.
I think a lot of people don't understand. Like when you see in the news, they're saying they're sending the Ford. It's never just an aircraft carrier. There's a half a dozen destroyers, a couple cruisers. There's a couple subs with it. There's resupply ships. It's a complete battle group. It's not just one boat.
Yeah. Well, Chief said, Gigi, we're on Israel's side. We're just rearming Israel, selling them restock of missiles and ammo. Well, I get that, but didn't Biden give Hamas or whoever
6 billion, 5 or 6?
Okay, so and who are they fighting with?
Exactly.
Israel. So who do you think's going to be pissed off at us?
And I just saw on the news too, earlier while I was eating dinner, Black Lives Matter is supporting Palestine.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's. And if you think something should go one way, just plan on it going the other. That's all. Common sense. There is no fucking common sense.
I'm not going to worry about it till it comes here.
Hi, Robert. Yeah, me either. Thanks for coming and hanging with us.
I mean, strategically, and this has always been, even since I went through the academy, you really don't have to worry about the West Coast because of San Diego and Bremerton. The East Coast is, they would go into New York. I mean that's just plain and simple, and that was always the worry, because on the East Coast you got Kings Bay, and then oh shit, what's north there? Connecticut. What's the sub base in Connecticut? I'm drawing a blank here.
But if I know.
But that they would have to go around Long Island, and that would take too long. I mean, if they go up to around New York, New Jersey, they've got it. And then this even back when I was in the academy and that, and the worry was because New York, New Jersey is unarmed. That's the biggest reason that most countries won't try and come here and put boots on the ground, because we have guns. We don't really need the military. The military can fight off the ships and anything else, but Israel makes a lot of their own weapons. They get it from other countries too. Everybody gets something from somewhere else.
Yank says fuck them both.
Yeah, they're both yelling, death to Americans.
I know. Well, it's not that I give two shits about Israel. I don't think we should be giving one money or missiles or anything. I think we just need to stay the fuck out of it. And now you're going to have Israel pissed off at us. As far as I'm concerned, I think Israel could kick our ass quicker than Palestine can, which I could be totally wrong. But I just don't think we have no business in either one of it. I mean, I think we need to stay the hell out of it.
Yep.
It's Israel's war. We're just rearming Israel. Like with Ukraine, but with Ukraine, we actually have troops in the fight. Doesn't Israel get all their arms from the States and Russia, but the U.S. is the #1 global arms dealer?
it doesn't really work like that. I mean, you got companies like General Electric and Raytheon and all the other ones. They're the ones that are making it. But the US sets laws, or it's not, I guess it's not really laws, but they set guidelines on who those companies can sell to. You know, same thing with planes and things like that, you know. Boeing and any of the other big companies, they make the planes, but the government here tells them who they can sell it to, or if they even can, you know, because our government, when they order planes, not like something that's already in production, but when they want to like order a new generation of fighter or something, they set parameters. It's got to be able to do this and that and this and this and this, and then the couple different companies will build their own versions of something that will do that, and then they'll you know, get pilots and fly them and try them out and test them and see what actually does the best job for the best price, you know, and then they'll put their order in. But all the new stuff, they can't just sell, after they start building them, they can't just sell them to whoever they want. So, but a lot of it too, something, you know, like planes and that are, it's our old stock that's being sold, you know, sold off.
Hmm. I don't know. It's at this point, like it's like everybody says, we just need to stop giving them money. No money, no missiles, no nothing.
I mean,
Like drone shit.
as far as I see, this is all religious based. You know, it's not like, you know, what's going on in Russia and Ukraine. That's one of the only ones in our lifetime that's not religious based. This is what I have to say to anybody here that wants to try and take sides. Go there and see what would happen to you when you try and throw your beliefs from here on them. They will kill you. So before you go start trying to pick sides, you know, just remember that. This is another good thing too, or funny thing. When all the bullshit broke out, you know, they weren't really allowed to own guns there, and now their government's telling anybody they can have it. You know, same thing in Ukraine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't. I mean, how do we even worry about any of it, because we're so far in now. I don't know how we're ever gonna see the light of day. I mean, I just don't know. It seems pretty hopeless. That's why I said, fuck it. We're getting an RV and we're gonna enjoy life until there ain't one. I heard that, Chief.
Yeah,
Hamas cut the heads of babies.
it's not difficult to just leave people alone. It costs nothing to just leave people alone.
Yeah, I just follow the money. Right, Joe? It is all about fucking money in the end.
Yeah, and then you got the media trying to tell you what side you need to be taking.
It is. It just, I mean, like I said, we shouldn't. And this is what I think they want. I think they want us not surprised by anything. So we're almost just at a fucking numb state. So when shit goes down, we're just numb.
How can we get ourselves into a war without actually doing it ourselves? That's what they're thinking. Make it look like we're being pulled into it by somebody else.
Yep, exactly, Bobby. Ride the bitch till the wheels fall off. Fuck it.
Oh, that's another thing. But what year did you say that is? 6, 7,
6.
6? Did you check the date on the tires? There's a DOT stamp that'd be 4 digits.
Yeah, it's 2018.
Is when the tires were made.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because DOT says 10 years.
Yeah, and actually, we'll probably change them with 6, 7. We're thinking, but we just don't want to. I don't want to have to do a blowout because there's too much shit that can get ripped apart in the process.
Yes, that happens a lot. When a tire shreds, it'll slap around in there and it'll rip and tear everything. It'll rip a whole wheel well out. What is over the wheel wells in the back?
The slide out on the right side with the bed and the 2 big closets, and then on the left side it's the closet and the little vanity area with the TV, and then up in the front
Your feet.
Yeah, no, it's the motor, so we're good there.
Well, your feet are over that,
right?
But that's all metal around there. You don't you can't put used or plugged tires on the front on your steer tires. They need to, and they can't be retreads.
Right.
Yeah,
and I don't want them to be. Yeah, that's something I definitely want. I mean, especially those ones, because
another thing you might just it's cheap insurance, but take it to an alignment shop, make sure they're running straight.
I think what we're going to do is there is a mechanic that my uncle uses, but he only works with, I believe, the engine side of it. So it wouldn't be necessarily an RV tech. It'd just be somebody to deal with the engine side of it. So I think we're going to go talk with him and, have him check it out. And
if it's a Duramax, any GM, dealer or mechanic.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but anymore, I don't just take when you say any. I mean, they're people don't give 2 fucks anymore. So whoever I go to, I want to know they really care about their job and pay attention, because a lot of people say a lot of shit and they really don't know any of that. They just say it to get you out the door and get their money. So, or your money. So that's why I want to go through my uncle's mechanic that he knows and has dealt with these engines.
You said it's a 6?
2006.
So it doesn't have DEF?
No DEF.
Okay.
It doesn't even have a glow plug. I think that's weird.
Duramaxes have glow plugs.
This one don't. There's nothing on the dash. There's nothing that says wait.
It might not be there, but it has glow plugs. All Duramaxes have.
They're just
glow plugs.
automatically ready then.
Either that or the light on the dash is being used for something else. But all Duramaxes have glow plugs.
That's weird. I'll have to look all that
I-
stuff up because
But the smaller diesels like that. I mean, Ford has them too. I think Cummins, the 5.9s and the 6.7s are the only ones that don't have glow plugs. They have manifold heaters. It heats the air as it goes through it.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, all that stuff gets so far over my head. You know, I know just about this much of it. I know just enough to get my ass in trouble with it. That's what I know.
That's kind of too new to have a problem with the glow plugs, but older ones, when glow plugs get old and bad, that light, the light when you turn the key on, the wait to start light that you're talking about, that just blips on and off real fast. That's telling you that the glow plugs are bad. But that's too new to have an issue like that.
Yeah, it's I mean, when I did a voice chat with my uncle, a video chat with my uncle, and he's a diesel mechanic as well. And so that was probably one of the biggest things that I was worried about. You know, most of the stuff that's on top can be fixed, and the bottom can too, but that engine, if there's something drastically wrong, can cost a whole hell of a lot of money. So
See, I told you that months ago when you were talking about it. I'm like, don't get the one with the van front end, because if you got to pull ahead or something on that, the whole cab has to come off. And when when the coach comes up over the top of the cab of the van, you got to lift the cab and the coach all at once,
right.
to work on that.
Damn. Yeah, that would be a pain in the ass.
Yep. But at least you got like the truck front end. It's got
Yeah,
a hood that
pulls
can
up.
open.
Yeah, I love it. I love how it opens because it opens, to the front.
It's still not a Corvette.
No, I don't want a fucking Corvette. They always sound like they're rattling apart.
Hey, I had 3. I actually just got rid of them not too long ago.
Every time I drove one, it was like the son of a bitch felt like it was just going to rattle apart. I couldn't stand them. It reminded me of driving a Subaru.
Subarus are some of the worst.
I hate fucking Subarus.
I guess any car's nice when it's new, but once you start having problems,
Oh yeah,
Subarus and Mini Coopers and that,
I know.
yeah,
it's just like la, 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 la.
Volkswagens and Audis, they are just for shit to work on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perrin drives a 2011 Lamborghini Aventador, and well, it's got the engine in the back. It takes you 20 minutes to pull all the cowling off just to get to it, just to the top of the engine.
Yeah, that would be a bit much. What a pain in the ass. Fucking. Oh my god, there's a fight in the chat.
Turn it off.
Oh, it's just Chief and Yank.
It's not your job to police the chat.
Oh, I'm not. I don't care. They can fight like hell. I don't care. I don't give a shit. They're not. I mean, they ain't doing nothing that'd, get us kicked off YouTube or anything. So they can fight. I mean, shit. Me and Tuppy went at it in Rick's chat for, I don't know, a few weeks till I finally just blocked the little hag.
That was all before me.
Oh my god,
I wasn't around for that.
it sucked because I really liked her, but it just got to be too much. I couldn't deal with it. I mean, I could have, but the me wanted to deal with it, but the GG said, no, you can't. Just straighten up. Don't do that. So I didn't.
But oh, Yank's still here. I don't know if he's listening. Hey, if he's listening,
He's
you know,
listening.
I didn't mean nothing by not contacting you or anything. I just thought you wanted to be left alone. Give me a buzz tomorrow night.
Fucking Tony, you are such a shit stir. You fucking can't leave nothing alone. Oh, there's no oil in the water and trouble. Here comes Tony. Fucking fill her up. Yeah, we're gonna get a t-shirt for Chief and Yank to sit together with. We'll stick them in one t-shirt and they got to sit there till they like each other again.
See, I don't even want to be around that. I'd walk away. I'd leave.
Yeah. Well, if I thought that it was like a big serious thing there, but they're, in the end, they're all like, yeah, it's like, when you're at the bar and two guys get into it and they go out and cuff each other side the head and then they come back in and buy each other a beer and fucking they're happy the rest of the night. That's what that is right there.
Well, they're arguing. Just show them your boobs. They'll quit.
No. Well, yeah, no. No. No, I'd be in big trouble. We better not do that. With Tuppy. Damon?
I remember her though. I remember
Yeah.
her from.
She started the original channel as Gutter Talk or
Well,
something.
I see. I wasn't on your channel here back then. I didn't even start watching for quite a while.
Right.
But I remember her from Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what makes me remember that is it was always Tuppy's mom, and what always the question I always had is what's a Tuppy?
Well, I know what some people call a Tuppy. That's funny. I didn't even think about that till you said it.
I mean, do you know?
Well, it was her dog's name is what it was, or an animal.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I didn't know if it was a kid
I know.
or something. I'm
I
like, who
mean,
names their kid?
My aunt called her hoo-hoo a Tuppy. Her twat. She called it Tuppy.
That's actually what Perrin called it. It's a hoo-hoo and a ding-ding.
Hoo-hoo and a ding-ding. Fuck. Will you stick your hoo-hoo by my ding-ding? No, will you stick your ding-ding in my hoo? That's funny. No, we don't. I don't remember the names. Oh, Yank says he'll give you a call tomorrow. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I always called it with the kids, because I didn't like they were, they'd always say, oh, you should tell her it's a vagina. No, I'm not. Not right now. When she's older, yeah, we'll explain all that. Right now, it's a hoo-hoo. That's what I want her to call it.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Yeah, leave the hoo-hoo alone.
Quit playing with it.
That's right. Don't touch that. Yeah. And, well, I told my kids they had a ding-a-ling. It's your ding-a-ling. And then my grandma would teach them the song. My ding-a-ling.
Very.
The chick that called it a fluffy. Oh, did she have a fat fupa? Hi, corn pop.
Or need to get out the weed eater.
Get out the weed eater. She was fluffy. She had to go get a trim.
See, now, if someone told me a chick was fluffy, I'd think she had a big ass.
Yeah. Damon said in England they call them fanny. See, that's
yeah,
what we
they do
Ah.
in Australia too.
fanny.
Yeah, I was lost on that. The first time I heard somebody in Australia call it that, you know, and I'm like, that's their ass. Well, I mean, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? And they're like, no, that's not what we call it here.
Corn Pop, you reported yourself. Well, good. It's somebody needed to.
I think Australia was the one that just their different terms for things got me the most. You know, I mean, they don't. I guess they don't really have a difference between like a sucker or a candy bar, but it's all lollies.
Oh,
Any
like
kind of
lollipop.
yeah, but it's any kind of candy. You know, they don't. I guess
Oh.
it's like when we say Kleenex. You know, it could be any brand, but to us, it's a Kleenex. You
Or
know,
like when we say candy, it's candy. It's anything
yeah.
sweet. Well,
And a flashlight to them is a torch. I guess that's England too. They say that too.
oh, they don't know their ass from their fanny. Oh. Well,
Yeah,
we
see,
always
now if
say
you
they
said
don't know
that
their ass
here-
from a hole in the ground.
Right, because it means the same thing here.
Yeah, there's just a hole in their soul. Yeah, I don't know. Lincoln, he always comes, I hear him talking in different like different words they'll say over there. Like he's got a lot of Australians that follow him, and there's what's the other one? Taste of Venom. Oh no, Taste of Venom I think is English or something. I think I don't know. But they all have their own little words that they say for shit, and I'm like, I don't know what the
In Australia too, an RV is a caravan.
right.
Yeah, all SUVs are utes.
Yep. Well, I thought it was just like well, no, I guess it is like, well, I thought it was not SUVs, but like El Caminos or those little Subaru pickups. You know what the hell were those called?
Yeah,
Brats?
yeah, the brats with the seats in the back,
Mm-hmm.
and Ford over there is Ford. GM, Chevy, whatever over there is Holden.
Oh,
And I'm
right.
not sure.
Car trunk is a boot. Right. I remember that. You know where I learned a lot of that
and
from
the
was
hood is a bonnet.
yep. I learned a lot of it from this show that I watched called McLeod's Daughters. And that's where I learned a lot of that from.
Yeah, drive shaft is a
lingo
prop
and-
shaft, like on a boat.
Mm.
It's not a transmission; it's a gearbox.
Yeah.
They drive on the wrong side of the road.
Yes, they do.
Do you actually know why you're supposed to drive on, the right side of the road instead of the left? And that, or where, like the driver, when you're sitting in the driver's seat, I guess it doesn't matter which side of the road you drive on, but the whole idea is when you're sitting in the driver's seat, the gas pedal is on the right. The gas pedal is protected if you get into a collision.
Oh, right.
Yeah, windshield to windscreen. I don't know about Australia, but
Yeah, McLeod's
Um,
Daughters was one of my favorite.
England, a cigarette is a fag. I don't know where they got that from. Yeah, they just I don't know where things come from. I mean, I can understand if it was a totally different language.
Are
You know,
ya?
I mean, if it was, Spanish or something, or, but English is still English.
Yeah.
The same word should have the same definition.
Endeavor or Vera and Vera. Endeavor and Vera. Huh.
Yeah, and I don't like um to us it's a vacation. They call it a holiday. To me, I think a
Right.
holiday should be a specific date, and that happens yearly or, whatever.
Oh, but you know what? I think Sherry from Canada explained
Yeah,
it, and she
I
explained it really well, and I
remember
can't
that.
remember.
But
I
it's
like how
still,
she
I mean,
explained it.
but it's still a vacation. It's not a yearly thing, that happens for everybody. Like yesterday was Columbus Day. It's not a federal holiday, but it was still a holiday. It wasn't a vacation.
Well, what was it? A vacation was something you went for. I can't remember what it was. I can't
Vacation
remember.
could be just taking a day off and doing nothing.
Well, vacation, I believed, was long. Oh, a vacation was something you scheduled and went on. And then a holiday was what you usually did when you came back off the vacation. And it was more of a spontaneous thing. It wasn't
Like the
a
day
big
after the
scheduled
day
thing.
off.
You just go and chill out. Where a vacation is something you schedule it all out and all that shit. Where a holiday is just going to kick back. That's why I liked it, because I'll take the holiday. Fuck yeah. I hate it when we'd go on vacation and everything was scheduled all the way through I felt like we were never on vacation.
Did you ever have a job where they gave you days off? You never had a holiday day. It was vacation days.
I don't give a shit. My job don't dictate my English or what I like to not like. I would want.
You don't like my definition? Stay home.
I don't like your definitions. I like holiday and vacation. Like vacation is scheduled, holiday is kickback, and I'll take the holidays anytime versus that scheduled shit where we got to go here and we got to do this and we got to do this, and oh gosh, look, we've seen all that. Yeah, we've seen all that, but I don't remember half of it because we whizzed through it because we had to be there at that time and we had to hurry up because our next appointment was over here or this or that, and it was just too. I don't like that shit. I'm all about, yay, we're on vacation. Let's kick back and chill out. And yep, we'll go down to the beach when we get there.
Several times I've had friends from other countries come here for a vacation, and like they were flying in, they'd fly into New York or something, and they're like, hey, can you pick us up at the airport? And I'm like, that's a day's drive away. That they don't get it. They're used to, their country is about the size of the state of Indiana. They don't get it. I'm like, they've got plans. They had everything planned out where they wanted to go and wanted to do. They wanted to, they were coming into New York, and then the next day they wanted to spend it at the Grand Canyon. I'm like, unless you're flying there, you ain't getting there. And they just don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, even like when they'll ask us, oh, could you come and grab me at the airport? Okay, well, sure, but what time are you coming in? Well, I get in about 6 o'clock. Oh, all right. Well, that means I gotta, back when I was working, it was like, okay, I gotta get off work early. What do you mean it's at 6 o'clock? Yeah, rush hour. I ain't getting there. It's gonna take me freaking 2.5 hours to get over there. Not that long, but it would take a long time. So, but people, that live in a small town, they don't get that shit. They thought you could just run over and grab you.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal. In and out.
You know, people that don't have cars either are like that. People that live like when I was living up north in the Lake County area, it was that was butted up to Illinois. It was like 40 miles away from Chicago, and I had friends that lived in Chicago, downtown, and they didn't have a car. They said they kept saying, I don't need a car. Everything I need is within walking distance. I'm like, when you coming to visit? Oh, I don't have a car. They literally had to live their life in their walking distance.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was like, when I was younger, we all got our driver's license lickety split because we lived in a town where there was no buses to catch. But when my kids grew up, they weren't as quick to want to get their driver's license as I was. I mean, they did, all of them got it. I mean, when they were still except for my daughter, got it when they were still in high school, but they weren't really all that eager because, they could get anywhere they wanted with the bus or whatever. And so now with my granddaughter, that's way different because we would never let her ride the bus. Not these days. No way. I don't even want my kids riding the bus. We don't ride.
But they got candy.
Yeah, the bus?
Yeah.
No, I mean the TriMet bus and stuff.
Somebody on there's got candy.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
I mean, I was the oldest one in my class in high school. I missed, my birthday is on the 19th, and the cutoff was the 10th. So I was almost a year behind everybody else. So I had my license my junior year.
Well, I drove for 2 years before I went and got my driver's license because I didn't want to take driver's ed. I already knew how to drive. I didn't need somebody to tell me how. So I refused to go get driver's ed. So I drove everywhere for 2 years without a driver's license. I'm pretty sure all the cops knew it, but they didn't really mess with me. So, but yeah, and I was always a designated driver too, which kept me out of hot water a lot. What I would do is if I was going to get drunk, I would drink at the beginning of the night.
And
then
also
I was
the
sober.
only one that had a car?
Huh?
Were you also the only one that had a car?
No, actually, that was one of my friends. And she got me. She came and got me every morning for school and dropped me off every day after school, every week. And of course, we would share with gas and that type of stuff. But yeah, she faithfully came and got me every day. So yeah, that was how that worked. She had a brown Pinto. I ended up later having a green and white Pinto. That was that was the one that I got to drive when I got my license. It wasn't my car. It was my mom's, but, and I didn't get my car until shit.
Wasn't that the Wayne's World car?
A Pinto? I think so. I had a Ford Escort, a black and white Ford Escort. It was black because the wiring had burnt. And so they painted the top of it black, like the very middle piece was black. That was funnier than hell. It looked like a little racing car. It had dark windows. It was a cool car. I loved it. Marvin had to replace a head gasket like 3 times in that sumbitch, but it ran forever. It's pretty funny.
When you're a kid, well, you know what? It does matter now. I mean, back when we were kids, You were just happy to have a car.
Yeah. Oh, well, there was one car I hated, and that was my grandma. She had this great big Ford LTD. I hated that fucking car. And when I
But
would
it
have to
beats
drive
walking.
it, huh? Oh, it did. But when I had to drive it, I would drive it like literally looking through the steering wheel above the dash and in between the steering wheel so that nobody would see me. Because remember, I grew up in a town of 600 people. So everybody knew you when you came through town. They knew it was either going to be my grandma, my mom, or me. So they were, oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
hated
but nowadays they'll tell you, what the fuck is that? I ain't driving that.
that. Yeah, yeah. No, I never did that. Never said that in any of them. We drove them. My mom had a really cool Ford Falcon. That was a cool car. I had a friend who hopped it up in the back. He put fucking big tires on it and fucking jacked it up in the back. My mom was so pissed off at him. She chewed his ass. You go take them sons of bitches off there. Take it down right now. She was so pissed. It was funnier in chat. Joe knows who that was.
Who?
If she's still here. Joe. Joe's somebody I grew up with. She's like a,
Someone that
she's
didn't
more like
have a car?
huh?
Someone that didn't have a car?
No, Joe didn't have a car either. But I had Joe I've known since I was in kindergarten. And she was in first grade. And her sister is my best friend and lives in the same town that Yank lives in.
Oh, I thought you were going to say still the same town. There's a lot of people who do that too.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people that never left the state that they live in. There's a lot of people that never left pretty much the county they live in. You know.
Yep. Hi, Sherry.
Oh, now it's a break. It's not a vacation or a holiday. It's a
Sherry,
break.
we were explaining how good you explained. Well, I say how good you explained holidays versus vacations. And I
Tomorrow-
like the definition of it.
Tomorrow it's going to be time out.
Well, I'll take a time out. Fuck it. I'm good. What concert are you at, Sherry? Who is it?
A few days ago there was a concert. Now they're at war.
Yeah. We're still here. Walked with snow to my ass. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And while we were walking with snow to our ass, that was up the creek to fix the water that would come undone, or
Uphill both ways.
washing our hair in it before Christmas or before school in the creek. Colder than a bitch, let me tell you what. We did it.
Nowadays there's people that pay extra for that.
Oh, it was a cold.
It's some kind of cold therapy or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Her mom took pictures of us in the creek taking baths one time. It was so funny.
You should show those pictures.
Yeah. She was a pretty cool mom. She could be the grumpiest woman you ever could imagine. I mean, grumpy as all get out. But then she did the most coolest things for us. Like she would do scavenger hunts for birthday parties. And I mean, really cool scavenger hunts, like real ones.
You
And
believe
they,
that?
huh?
You believe that?
I believe what?
That it was a fun game?
Oh, it was super fun. We had so much fun doing it. Yeah, it was a blast.
She went out and hid shit to get rid of you.
Of course she did. But still.
See, at least my mom used to tell me to go play in the street. She didn't try and hide it.
Yeah. Oh no. Trust me, she told us get the hell outside too. But this was just, I mean to tell you, they were the coolest scavenger hunts ever. Like They were so cool. Charlie did scavenger hunts with us too.
They
When
have
Sue-
things like that on the holidays called what shit, what's the Easter? They go hide eggs. You go look for them.
Yeah,
It's
kind of like
a
that.
holiday,
That's a
not a
holiday.
vacation.
No, that's a planned thing. Hey, nah. I want the holiday where I get a kickback.
Candy.
Oh,
Lollies.
Joe said she has the photo. She has-
Everybody around here already has up the crap in the yard for Halloween.
They have Christmas shit in Freddy's, and they have had since September. I'm like, are you serious? Can we? I mean, let's
Yeah,
get through the next few holidays before we hit Christmas.
It was at Lowe's like 2 months ago.
What? This is a real participation.
I don't know how that got started either. I'm going around for candy. Why don't you just buy your own candy? Then you get what you like.
I don't know, but I seen some ugly ass costumes that they have from way back when. I mean, to tell you, they were scary ass costumes. Creepy as all get out.
The girls are going to go as
Well-
Wednesday. They're both going to be Wednesday. That's their new favorite show.
Oh.
And
Joe said, wild mushrooms off grid, real. Hell yeah. We had an awesome time doing scavenger hunt. That was so fun. Charlie's, she did. Well, I fucking totally just keep blowing it. Okay, so
was there ever a time you couldn't find anything?
oh, I'm sure many times, but the difference between her mom's scavenger hunts and the ones that Joe would do was like night and day. I mean, because
I'm telling you, they were messing with you. They didn't even hide nothing. They just told you to go find something.
well, her mom, no, Joe is like our age. I mean, she ain't trying to get rid of us. Hell, we had the funnest times. You should have seen the shit she hid for us. Ha ha. We had a blast. It was so cool. We had so much fun. That was the coolest scavenger hunt ever. We had a blast. I love doing shit like that.
Treating you like
But
a
I'm
dog.
also
Go find your
I'm
ball.
also a Easter egg. I could hunt Easter eggs over and over and over. That's one of my favorite things is to hide Easter eggs. I love watching the kids find them, and oh yeah, I'm totally into that shit. That's why I did the fairy
Yep. Go
door
find 'em.
thing.
That's your lunch. Go find it.
That's why I did the fairy door thing,
A what?
where I would go on hikes, and
Like a
it was
dog door?
they're like little tiny doors that I would make up, and then I would put them out in the wild for out in the forest where kids would come along with their parents and they'd see these fairy doors and they thought they were the coolest things. And on the back of it, I actually wrote and had a hashtag thing that they could put on Facebook or whatever social media they were on. And then they could, I could go and look and see who found them and, where they found it at, and if they re-hit it or if they took it home or if they went and made some up and did more. I mean, you would be amazed the shit I found. I found like one fairy door that I did. Somebody came along and put a little tiny chair there and a little tiny table and a little tiny flower pot. It was cute as hell. Little rocks going to the fairy door. It was cute as hell. The kids loved it. And it was during COVID when everybody was depressed. And I'm telling you what, man, the kids loved that shit. And then it was amazing how many adults were like, that's so cool. So, yeah, kept people going during those really shitty time when, all you could do was go for a walk. Nobody could be around each other. It was a nightmare. We hated it, especially in cities.
See, I didn't treat it no different. I still went and did everything. I mean, I don't go do a whole lot, but I still went and did everything I normally did.
Well, I did too, but a lot of people didn't. And I mean, we actually did more traveling then than other times. But that's when, I did tons of hiking. I loved it. And I'm doing it again soon. You come with skills. Yes, you do, Joe.
I guess we did a little bit more hunting than normal, but yeah, I wouldn't. We didn't really change anything we did. Heather worked from home. Parents still went to work.
Oh,
She
Marvin.
works- She
Yeah.
works at the airport.
Marvin worked every day. I mean, he worked, he's an airplane mechanic. He can't, he has to go to work. I mean, they were essential. So,
I mean, he couldn't tell him he was working from home.
no, they kind of frowned on that. Would have been nice though. We could have went and done lots more hiking. Like everybody else had it. Well, they'd work from home. They'd still get paid, but they weren't working. They were doing other shit.
Yeah, parent comes home at least once a work one day a week, bitching about the mechanics at the airport. 'Cause that's where she works out of. She works out of Signature at the Indianapolis airport right now. But I've told you before, she's got several PhDs and her specialty is magnets, and she leases out her patents to General Electric for their MRI machines. And what she does now is she's kind of like triple dipping, because her contract with them to lease it out, she gets 1% of everything, of every MRI machine that they sell. Okay. She also helps install them in aircrafts and helicopters and that. So she's charging extra for that and all that. She's just banking on this right now. But she that's what we're going to end up doing. Like I said, we bought land down in Oklahoma, and we can't really get 1 mile runway, but she wants to get her. She's actually looking at a Honda Jet because it's it doesn't need that long to land or take off, but she wants to do that out of her own place, instead of that. And she's like, I'm tired of mechanics. I want engineers.
Oh, fuck that. Engineers are the biggest fucking pain in the ass you can imagine. Oh my God. Every time we get an engineer that comes to, do you know what engineers come to Marvin for? To fix their fucking airplanes. Every single time. Do you know how many times we go out to the airport and I have to sit there for 2 hours because he's got to go over to some engineer because he dicked something off his airplane and he can't figure it out. No, God, it's broke. And he ain't been up in 2 days. And oh my God, we deal with it all the time. And engineers are the worst for working on their airplanes. I wouldn't get in one. I would no way. They're engineers, not mechanics. Haha. Number one.
Yeah, these guys don't have to fix it. They have to install something. They have to install the MRI machine, the portable machine.
Right.
And it's not that difficult. These guys over there, she says they can't even figure out a torque wrench.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Marvin, I never realized Marvin would talk about the engineers and work and stuff, but I didn't realize what he meant by it. But the problem with those engineers is they look at shit like this. They don't look at the whole issue that's going on. And so 9 times out of 10, they would say, I need you to come do this. And so Marvin would get over there, but there were 14 other things that needed done before he could do that, which is why they were stuck. And so Marvin would have to go through all of that shit with them. Well, like I said, 2-3 hours after we just stopped by the hangar, we might get out of there. And that's if he wasn't working on it himself. He tried to get them to do it, but sometimes, he would feel a little uneasy letting them do it on their own because they, they're going to get in the plane and Marvin's got a conscience and he doesn't want them getting in the plane and crashing. So he wants to make sure they're doing it right. So we go through that a lot. And I'm telling you what, there is one whole line. They're nothing but engineers. And let me tell you what, they got more fucking money and sense. And I mean that because there's one engineer, he went and bought a truck just to drive around. I mean, a semi truck just to cruise, just to drive around. I'm bored. That's more money and sense.
My degree's in electrical engineering. I have a master's in electrical engineering.
Yeah, I don't know what these guys. I couldn't. I just know they're engineers, and every fucking time we go out there, it costs me time. And they don't pay Marvin for this shit. He just does it, which is his stupidity. That's why.
Actually, yeah. If you're not being hired to do something, stay away from it. Because if something happens, it's your fault.
Well, if he doesn't sign off on it, he doesn't. It's got to be. If you didn't sign it, it never happened.
Yeah,
So
it's got to be logged.
Yeah, that's right. So he's not. He don't. But Marvin doesn't do shit that he doesn't feel secure. He makes sure it's going to be secure in his eyes, that it's flyable and it's going to get on the ground safely. So, but when he retires, that's when I told him you don't get to charge you don't get to do the billing for the ones that you do charge for. I'll be doing all the billing and you're not giving no more work away. If you're working, on somebody's stuff, we're logging hours and they're going to pay that time. So, and I will have a little bill book right there, ready to go. This is how much you owe me. Here's your invoice.
Swipe the card on your phone.
That's right. Whatever it takes. Yeah, definitely. Oh, is everybody leaving? I seen Sugar Britches left. There was leaving. Sherry went back to the concert. Joe, are you leaving too? Good night. Well, we've done almost 3 hours, so at least I feel a little bit better. I have this live that I can go, okay, listen to this guy, Marvin. Listen to what he has to say. So that'll be good. So we can get it fixed.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I saw that commercial on TV, and that will fix any problem you got. Put that Flex Seal on there. Just dump that gallon right on the skylight, right on the roof, and it'll fix everything.
No.
I saw it on TV.
I don't care.
I watched them go through the water with it.
Yeah, I know. It's got to work, right? Well, in fact, I think that's the same stuff that Lester Morrow used in his boat races, and I'm fairly certain his boat sunk. No, we're not on repeat. Smart ass Joe. All righty.
Lather, rinse, repeat.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can. It's 8 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
Oh, 11 o'clock your time. 8 o'clock my time. Probably time to wrap her up and call her a night.
Are you sure you're not watching your VCR flash 12? 12 o'clock.
No.
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock.
Oh, God, no, that'd drive me nuts. I put tape over it if I had to watch that. I wouldn't fix the clock. I'd just put tape over it.
Does anybody still have a VCR anymore?
I don't. We got rid of our last one. It stopped working, so we have DVD players.
I'm not even sure where. I've got a 1/2-inch machine, a 3/4-inch machine, a 8mm machine. I just keep them around in case somebody's got some old tapes that they want converted to digital. I'm not even sure where those are.
Yeah, crazy. It's hard to believe all that stuff doesn't seem like that long ago. Alrighty. Well, I suppose I better get this show done, close her up, call
For
it
to
a
take
night.
over this circus.
But I'm glad you came on. Yep. Glad you came on and
All right.
we got
I
to do
will-
all that visiting.
I will talk to you.
And I will
don't know, maybe next week.
Yep, we'll be here.
All right. I will see you later.
All right. All right. Good night, Hal. All right, everybody. I think we're good. Got our visiting out of the way. We had a cat fight in the chat. All seems great. I almost got my RV fixed. I mean, hell, we're doing good. Anyways, my dark circles. I didn't even bother to try to hide those tonight. Fuck it. Oh, you did count, Vladdy. All right, everybody. I'm so glad y'all came here because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. For certain. Y'all make my Tuesdays so much better. And I do hate it when I have to miss it. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. And I will see you, I'm sure, somewhere in some chat or something, or Discord, or next Tuesday. As of right now, see you next Tuesday. Good night, y'all.